Everyone, welcome to the show. I have a report to share with you. Don't mean to laugh. This is disturbing. But another right wing man who has been radicalized by racist MAGA television. And as a result, he shot two people and he left them critically injured. Before I get into the story, though, please do me a big favor. Hit the subscribe button below this video. It is free for you, it really helps the show. So here's what went down. 58-year-old Virginia resident Douglas Wayne Cornett has been arrested, or I guess he was arrested. This was last year. He was charged with federal hate crimes for shooting two men because they're immigrants. So the shootings took place on the night of February 28th of last year, 2024. And according to the arrest affidavit, Cornett left his home with a loaded gun. So seems like premeditated, but who knows, could have been for defense or something. But while he was driving on the freeway, he came into contact with a white box truck. So this was driven by a person referred to as Victim One. This is a Hispanic man, and Cornett started honking at him. And so Victim One moved aside. He tried to allow Cornett to pass. Well, Cornett just kept following him. And Cornett followed him off of the freeway. So, Victim One gets off the freeway, drives into a gas station. Cornett pulls up alongside of this man, this Latino man. So Victim One is now kind of freaked out. So he calls a friend who's nearby and he explains to him, and this guy ends up being Victim Two. So he explains to Victim Two what's going down, the situation, how this guy followed him. So Victim Two shows up. He asks Cornett, he confronts him and says, why are you following my friend? Well, instead of answering, Cornett then asked him, or asked, I guess, Victim One, how long have you been in the U.S.? So Victim One says, I've been here for a year and a half. And at that point, Cornett pulls out a gun and he shoots them. Pulls out a handgun. They said open fire from his vehicle, discharges 6 rounds. 4 of them struck these two men. So he shot Victim One twice in the stomach, and then he shot him once in the arm, and he shot Victim Two one time. He got him in the stomach as well. So Cornett apparently was very easily identified. They arrested him the following day. And get this, he tells the investigators, quote, my intentions were clear in my brain at the time. And then the court documents say, quote, Cornett then described his anger at illegal immigration, telling the detective that he was pissed about undocumented migrants receiving welfare funds, phones, and health insurance, and that he had driven around before with the same thought. Cornett later asked the detective whether he could be charged for my thoughts and went on to explain that he fantasized about flying an Apache helicopter gunship to the border and firing on undocumented migrants traveling into the United States in order to deter other undocumented migrants from attempting to cross the border. I'm not saying he's a MAGA man, but all the signs are there, right? I mean, may as well tattoo it across his forehead. I mean, clear as day. And the authorities spoke with Cornett's roommates, and they confirmed basically what we could have all guessed. They said that Cornett is a, quote, heavy consumer of cable television news, kind of obsessed by the news that he viewed regarding the entry of non-citizens into the United States. So Cornett was charged with multiple crimes. These are federal crimes, and surprisingly, Trump's Justice Department hasn't dropped them. They appear to be letting this go. Last week, Cornett pleaded guilty to 2 counts of federal hate crimes involving attempts to kill and 1 count of discharging a firearm during a federal crime of violence. He will now be sentenced on November 13th, and he faces up to life in prison. So he'll be getting his free room and board. He'll be, getting his free meals and his free health care as well. I mean, what more could you ask for, right, Cornett? This is just a perfect example, and this is why I wanted to share this story as I share all MAGA violence. This is just a perfect example of how alt-right propaganda completely rots the brain. I mean, it's so blatant. We've seen now how many of these lunatics commit acts of violence, and it's always because they're radicalized right wingers who think that the world is out to get them, everybody's against me, white fright. The brown people and the black people are taking everything away from me. Me, mine, mine, mine. I don't want anyone to have what I have as a privileged white man. So, I got to go kill someone. They're lunatics. They're freaking lunatics. This is why they supported Trump, right? It's not the other way around. It's not like, oh, Donald Trump won all these people over and changed. I mean, yeah, there are some good people who still support him who don't pay enough attention, but it's the people like this Cornett guy. This was not a guy who is like rational and reasonable and normal before Trump came along. Not with actions like this. I would bet money on it. I don't know that for a fact, but I would bet money he was already a little cuckoo for coconuts, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay. And Donald Trump just fit the bill. He's like, he's my guy because I'm crazy and I hate brown people too. So, like I always say, like attracts like, your vibe attracts your tribe, all that good stuff. All right, guys, I will let you know when I hear more. I'll let you know when he is sentenced. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.